Following the Second War, the Orcs of Draenor, led by Ner'zhul of the Shadowmoon clan, sought to open portals to other worlds in order to conquer them, and thus needed to acquire several artifacts from Azeroth. After reopening the Dark Portal and distracting the Alliance forces, the Horde of Draenor succeeded in acquiring the artifacts it sought out, and, with the exception of the Warsong clan, retreated back to Draenor. The Alliance quickly mobilized an expeditionary force to Draenor, which was led by the following people: Archmage Khadgar, the Supreme Commander, High General Turalyon, Ranger Captain Alleria Windrunner, Kurdran Wildhammer of Aerie Peak, and Force Commander Danath Trollbane. The survivors of the expedition now call themselves the Sons of Lothar, although the term was coined even earlier on after the Second War. The expedition established its headquarters at Honor Hold in Hellfire Peninsula, with the first obstacle being Hellfire Citadel, the former headquarters of the Horde. The orcs, however, seemed content with just skirmishing or otherwise delaying the alliance instead of attacking the keep, as their true goal was not to defeat the humans, but to delay them to grant Ner'zhul enough time to cast his spell. Realizing this, the expedition launched an assault on the Citadel, which was manned by Kargath Bladefist himself. They succeeded in capturing it with surprisingly few losses, while also managing to cripple the orcs and kill Ner'zhul's most trusted servant, the ogre mage Dentarg. Following the destruction of Draenor, Hellfire Citadel was taken over by the newly arrived Magtheridon and his fell orc army. The Horde of Draenor also secured an alliance with the Black Dragonflight, and their patron Deathwing obtained the Skull of Gul'dan from Ner'zhul. As Khadgar needed the artifact to close the Dark Portal, a branch of the Alliance expedition traveled to what would become Blade's Edge Mountains, where the dragons made their lair. There, they were met by Gruul and his ogres, who were angry at the dragons taking over their ancestral land. The expedition managed to secure a temporary alliance with the Gron, culminating in a titanic clash between Gruul himself and Deathwing. While the dragon found the ground to be little more than a minor amusement, the distraction allowed Khadgar to impair the worm with a spell, forcing him to retreat. To this day, Blade's Edge Mountains is layered with the remains of the dragons slaughtered by Gruul and his brethren. While Khadgar and Turalyon went after Deathwing, the rest of the expedition, led by Danath and Kurdran, followed Ner'zhul into Terracar Forest. The orcs had taken refuge within the ruined mausoleum of Auchindoun, and had succeeded in taking Kurdran prisoner. The Alliance then secured the aid of the Arakoa outcast Grizik and the Draenei priest Nemeron, who summoned an army of Draenei spirits to fight the orcs. During the battle, Danath Trollbane dueled and slayed Kilrog Deadeye himself, although the chieftain's sacrifice allowed Ner'zhul to teleport himself to the Black Temple safely. Nemeron refused the offer to join the Alliance, insisting that he had to care for the bodies of his people, which obviously went really well for him and the other Auchenai, right? The Alliance was also accompanied by a Kirin expedition, led by Archmage Vargoth, which made its headquarters in Farallon. The mages concentrated on studying the ley lines of Draenor, and speculated that the planet had shared a similar genesis with Azeroth. The destruction of the planet, while obviously damaging, also provided them with far more subjects to study. However, the expedition was destroyed by a surprise attack by Kael'thas and his Blood Elves, with the only survivors being Vargoth and his apprentice, Ravendwr. In the original game, Beyond the Dark Portal, the Laughing Skull clan, led by Mogor the Ogre, love that, betrayed the Horde and assisted the Alliance while recovering the Book of Medivh. In the more recent novel, however, the book remained in Ner'zhul's possession until the final battle at the Black Temple. There, the shaman struck down a Laughing Skull clansman who questioned him and escaped from the pursuing alliance. The clansman, however, had taken the Book of Medivh from Ner'zhul and, lamenting that his clan had been forced to join the Horde, returned it to the alliance, allowing Khadgar to close the Dark Portal and save Azeroth from the imploding Draenor. And now, some outtakes from me trying to pronounce Vargoth's apprentice name. And his apprentice, Ravendwr. And his apprentice, Ravendwr. and his apprentice Ravandweir. I gotta get this. I'm gonna get this right. I'm gonna get it. And his apprentice Ravandweir. God, this name fucking. Who puts a N, a D, a W, a Y, and an R together? Really, Blizzard? Come on. And his apprentice Ravandweir. Terranor, use whatever of that is good.